It's Friday night in America, folks. This is BEG Wrestling. We are here live for another night of a weight class breakdown for the Claw Professional Wrestling League starting. Kevin, we are 10 days away. We're 10 days away from the draft. July 21st, live from Harrah's Casino in Atlantic City, folks. New Way Summer Nationals are going to be there. It's going to be a big party of a ton of wrestlers. We're here to break down the 134-pound weight class tonight, Kevin. So Before we get into it, let's review the general managers of the league. Again, we have Caden Henschel, we have Giorgio Poulos, we have Billy Baldwin and Scotty Sintes as the teams. Scotty Sintes, new podcast out. Check it out. Then we have the fan league team. Force the Horse is their squad there. And then we have Anthony Robles and finally Anthony Ferrari. And that's the order of the picks that they are in. It's a snake draft style. I know everyone right now is getting ready, ramping up for their fantasy football drafts, right? They're probably doing mock fantasy football drafts. Well, Sunday, folks, we're going to be here with a mock Claw League draft. That's right. After all these reveals, tomorrow night will be the final night, the final weight class. Correct me if I'm wrong, right, Kevin? It is heavyweight weight class tomorrow night, folks. And again, back tomorrow night. Are we doing 8 o'clock tomorrow night again, Kevin? Or are we good with that?
Up to you, man. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. If you are,
folks. Sorry, I got plans of seeing the new Jurassic Park tonight, but who cares about that? We care about the rankings. Here we go, baby. The 134-pound rankings. Here they are. Coming in at number 1, Eric Barnett. Number 2, Caleb Smith. Number 3, Kyle Berwick. Number 4, Tyler Warner. Number 5, Brian Courtney. Number 6, Colton Camacho. Number 7, Colum Vadiveres. Heyo. Number 8, Alonzo Allen. Down a weight class, Alonzo Allen. We talked about him in a previous night. Number 9, Michael Tortorese. And we're going to talk about him. And then number 10, rounding out your top 10, finally, Gage Curry. Kevin, tell us about these rankings.
All right. There's a lot of heavy hitters in this from all divisions. We got Eric Barnett right off the bat. Everybody knows Eric Barnett, 3-time All-American. He is a 2-time Big Ten finalist, over 100 career wins. I like to go over these guys' hit list, because it kind of gives you a good idea of who they've beaten. And his hit list includes another guy we have at number 2 right now, Caleb Smith, which he's beaten Caleb Smith 3 times. He's beaten him in a tiebreaker. Yeah, all last season. He beat him in NCAAs in a tiebreaker. He teched him at Big Tens, and then he beat him 5-3 in a duel. So that's a big. That's obviously why he's number 1. He also has beaten Luke Stanich. He's beaten Brandon Courtney, NCAA finalist. He's beaten Michael D'Agostino a couple times, Dean Peterson, Sam Latona, and Patrick McGee 4 times. So he's got a pretty decent hit list, and he's a scrapper, man. I remember I've seen him live a couple times when at the Cornell duels, and he's just a tough kid.
Yeah, out of Wisconsin. And, yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Hey, I'm looking forward to that rematch. Sorry to break the news early, but that's one of my intriguing matchups, the Eric Barnett, Caleb Smith potential rematch. You mentioned most recently the 2024 NCAA championships where Barnett beat Smith. Would you say it was a sudden victory, or
he beat him in tiebreakers in NCAAs, and then he beat him he teched him at Big Tens, and then he beat him by decision at the dual meet that year.
Yeah, but this is different. This is claw style. So go ahead.
Yeah, and so then speaking of, we have Caleb Smith at number 2. Now Caleb Smith, the 2-time All-American, 115 wins, SoCon champion. He was second at Big Tens, and his hit list is massive. And I'll tell you what, Zach, this dude is tough because I've never seen, with the exception of maybe Will Luan, which he doesn't do it in the most exciting style, but he's got more sudden victory wins than I've ever seen, and he barely ever loses sudden victory wins. He's got wins over Jet Strickenberger, which was a sudden victory this past season. He's got Tanner Jordan, Dean Peterson, Brandon McCrone, Michael D'Agostino, Braxton Brown, Trevor Anderson. All these people I'm naming, by the way, sudden victory wins over.
Wow.
Brandon Kaler, still sudden victory wins. Then he's got Liam Cronin. He's got a major over. Troy Spratley, NCAA finalist this past year. Jacob Moran, Cooper Flynn, Brandon McCrone, Renteria, Spencer Moore, Luke Stanich, Eddie Van Treska. This dude has beaten them all.
Man, we gotta get a stat posted of all these hit lists, because that's an impressive hit list there. That might be a more impressive hit list, and obviously he's got that clutch gene. Caleb Smith does, except for against Eric Barnett.
Yeah, he's got something like 35 sudden victory wins, something ridiculous like that. Wow. I counted up. It was somewhere in the 30s. It was crazy, and only a couple losses in sudden victories. So then below him we got Kyle Berwick. Now, Berwick is tougher than his resume shows. Okay, he's a Big 12 runner-up, and he was Big 12 runner-up, 5th at Big Tens. He hasn't gotten on the podium, but he was a 5-time North Dakota State champ in high school, and he's tough because like last year he had 24 wins, and 17 of his wins were bonus out of the 24. And his hit list, again, I'll go over his hit list, includes Reese Whitcraft, Masha Schwartz, who's also in Claw, Corey Land, Blake Borman, our boy Dom Zaccone, which,
we got to get him to talk about that.
How about Evan Frost, a tech fall over Evan Frost, 17-0.
Wow.
A major over Jory Volk. Yeah, I didn't know whether to bring up the Dom thing or not, but then I'd be like, man, if I didn't bring him up, then it would say it wasn't a good win, and Dom is the man, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then we got, he's a scrapper. I saw him beat Blake Borwin at, Southern Scuffle, and then he, in the semis, he ended up losing to, what's his face, Nasir Bally in a close match in the final. So he's definitely a tough dude. Then number 4, we got Tyler Warner, 2-time Division II national champion. 4-time Division II All-American.
One of my 2 most intriguing wrestlers in this weight class. Talk about it, Kevin. Yeah.
How about a win over All-American Sammy Alvarez, 9-4? People wonder, can these D2 guys, if they were any good, they'd go D1. Not all the time. Listen, this guy in particular bounced around a lot, and sometimes people, whether it be grades or maybe something personal going on, or maybe they want to stay close to home, there's really good wrestlers that could be D1 that go D2, and this guy's one of them. He's a 74-9 career record. He was a 3-time Ohio State champ, an Ironman champion, and like I said, a 9-4 victory over All-American Sammy Alvarez. He is a tough dude.
Sleeper in this weight class, folks. Yeah.
Yeah. Then following him up, we got Brian Courtney from Virginia. Brian Courtney, listen to his high school, 2-time PA State champ, and he went in PA States. He went 3-2-1-1. You got to be a tough dude to go 3-2-1-1. He was a high school national champion. He was a Flow Nationals champion, 2-time NCAA qualifier. He was a round of 12 guy, almost 80 wins in his career. His hit list includes Cole Matthews, Joshua Coderhant, Michael Kilioko, Raven Foley. So he's a tough guy, Virginia kid. And then we got Colton Camacho. Colton Camacho really started turning it on last year. He had 30 wins last year, right? He was a national qualifier. He's got 81 career wins, and he's got some pretty good wins. The win I saw him, of course, was Cornell. He wrestled Brett Unger, and he beat him. And he's got a few really good wins, and I'm curious to see how he does, because I think this style of wrestling is going to really suit him. I could be wrong, but we will see. Then we got Colin, and I'm not going to do what you did and try and pronounce his last name. I apologize.
Valdivez.
Okay.
Valdivez. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounds right, yeah. 2-time NCAA round of 16 guy. Really good defensive wrestler. And I'm really looking forward to. He's in a couple of my matchups that I actually want to see. Alonzo Allen went down a weight class, as we broke that last show or the show before, I can't remember, but so he's going to be a big 134 pounder. He was all set to go 145. He's a two-time NCAA qualifier. And then we have underneath him, we got Michael Tortis, who this guy is Division III. So remember, we got the two-time D2 champ here. Now we got a Division III national champ. Mm-hmm. And this guy, his senior year, 33-1 with 15 pins, 3 techs, and 6 majors. He had a 4.68 dominance score. Dominance score is what team points you would average per match. So he's almost averaging a tech fall a match his senior season. And even the year before that, he was 32-4. He was a finalist that year, so he was a Division III champ, Division III finalist, and he also placed third in Division III. So he's 3-2-1. He was top 8 at the World Team Trials, and he was a Bill Farrell runner-up. So senior Bill Farrell runner-up. Tough dude. He had 130 career wins with 40 pins and 20 techs. So almost half his wins didn't make the full 7 minutes.
Quite an impressive resume for a 9 seed there. Yeah. One of my number 2 most intriguing guy in this weight class, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Zach. And I pointed out that the our 2-time D2 champion there, Tyler Warner, he had the win over Sammy Alvarez. Well, Michael has a win over Sheldon Seymour from Lehigh, who just beat Luke Lillidahl at NCAA's this past season, and All-Americans. So yeah, this guy, he's tough. I watched a couple of his matches, and he ended up going up against a couple studs at the U.S. Open that he lost, I think, to Zane Richards in the quarterfinals at the U.S. Open, but he's legit.
And then we got Kevin. Before you talk about Gage Curry, real quick, he's got to get Michael's got to get drafted, right? Because right now he's sitting outside the rankings. That might be someone you might want to take a leap of faith on.
That's the thing, Zach. Is I'm trying to include as much as I possibly can on these guys because one, it's not like getting information on a lot of these D2, D3 guys is somewhat like it used to be getting any information on wrestling, right? Like before 2005, that's how it is sometimes. So I know a lot of these guys maybe aren't going to do the digging. So I wanted to get as much information as possible because this is a guy that I draft, and maybe even over number, I might take him over 6, 7, or 8, just because it's a high.
You just don't know. Yeah, I mean,
exactly, high reward, right? That's what I kind of figured. Then we got Gage Curry, who every single year, he went ahead and qualified for NCAA's, and he has 111 career wins. And if that right there is your 10th ranked guy, then you know that you're not doing too bad. So what are you thinking about matchups, Zach?
Hey, no, listen, I mean, first and foremost, I got to mention the one I mentioned first, Barnett, Caleb Smith, your number 1 and number 2 seed there, the rematch. Would love to see that in this claw style. Number 2, I got to go to Tyler Warner, who was my number 1 most intriguing wrestler here in this weight class. Want to see him go up against Kyle Berwick. Okay, Warner, a 2-time D2 champ, up against Berwick, a 3-time D1 national qualifier. And then finally, Tortorese and Warner. Let's see, the 2 most intriguing guys, in my opinion, in this weight class go up against each other. The D3 national champ, the D2 champ. That would just be a fun matchup to me. That's something that we kind of talk about in forums and chats that, boy, I'd love to see the D3 champ go up against the D2 champ kind of thing, right? Well, you're going to get it.
Absolutely.
Potentially here. But, yeah, Kevin, what are, you talked about it, but what are some of the matchups you're looking at?
I'm the D2 and D3 guys. I'm really psyched that we don't just have run-of-the-mill D2 and D3 guys. I'd argue we got one of the best of each. And they're in this weight against a couple scrappers and proven Division I guys in Barnett and Smith. Of course, I want to see the Barnett and Smith, another one of their matches because I think that tech was a fluke. kind of not a fluke, but I think I watched it just kind of dominoed for him, and it happens. But they're going to be scrapping, and I want to see how they do against the best of Division II and the best of Division III, and I want to see how those two guys do against each other. And I think people are going to be surprised, and that's what I love this, because I feel like this might shed some light, a much needed light on the top Division II and III guys, and maybe get them some overdue credit as far as how good they really are. And also Colton Camacho, I don't know why, but I'm high on him, man. I think that he's got potential to beat just about anybody as far as upset potential. He just goes for it, He doesn't hold back. So,
well, yeah, folks, we got some interesting names, potentially interesting matchups, but they have to get drafted, and the draft is 10 days away. So, folks, go to WrestleClaw.com now to learn more. And we're back tomorrow night for the final weight class, the heavyweight 275 weight class, Kevin. And then back Sunday for what I think, I'm looking forward to it, what might be the funnest show of the year, the mock draft.
Tomorrow too, are we doing 170 and 275, or?
Yeah, we'll wrap up the weight classes tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll do the mock draft on Sunday. So.
Okay, I got you. Sorry, I misunderstood there.
That sounds like a plan, right?
Sounds like a plan to me, man.
All right, folks. WrestleClaw.com now. You can subscribe to this channel if you're not already. We appreciate the support. And, hey, Absolutely. We're back every night this week, a week straight. So, Kevin, much appreciated, the statistician over there. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night, man. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Appreciate it, man.
All right, folks. I'm going to see Jurassic Park, baby. Let's go.